Hi, my name is Dr. Yair Мэймон. I am a doctor of Chinese medicine. I'm a head of a special research unit in Sheba Hospital, which is the biggest and the largest hospital in the Middle East. And it's a research specifically in herbal medicine, in oncology and immunology. So we research basically the immune system and how herbal medicine affects the immune system. But we are focusing on cancer and also herbal medicine, especially for cancer patients, for the quality of life, rehabilitation from different situations to do with cancer, even Western medicine treatments like chemotherapy, radiotherapies, and others. So we are very focusing on the quality of life. We are focusing on prevention of disease and tonifying the immune system, as well as potentially reducing cancer and cancer burden and preventing recurrence of cancer. This is a very unique center worldwide because we have both what we call preclinical facilities, laboratory, and even molecular laboratory, biological molecular laboratory. So we look into the cancer or immune cells, we see how natural medicine affects them. We do clinical research, and we have a big clinical facilities where we treat patients. In the same time, I'm a head of a Refuot, Integrative Medical Center, where we see a large variety of patients treated with natural medicine, and especially we focusing on Chinese medicine with a wide variety of disease, but especially I'm focusing on cancer and cancer patients, dealing with all the variety of complexity of cancer. And if I want to summarize it in a sentence, and that's how I try to explain both to medical doctors but also to patients, that cancer is a complex disease. It's not a simple disease, and it needs to be treated in complexity. Western medicine a lot of time is targeted just on the cancer cells or on the specific organs or tissue. Chinese medicine, and especially natural medicine, looks at the person, looks at the healing mechanism, looks at how you can support different parts of the, first of all, the humans. I mean, as human, we have a deep capacity of healing and changing and affecting our life. And because the healing doesn't come from the medicine, it comes from the person. So we are focusing both on the person. We are focusing again on natural medicine, which is very safe to use and is very helpful in, again, recovering. My belief and also my more than 30 years of clinical experience is that when you combine Western medicine and natural medicine, you get much better results in every aspect. And in this respect, I've been doing specific research in one formula, which is developed now into a product. The formula is called LCS 101. The product is protectable, and we are developing different formulas which are now, as after 20 years of research, we know how they work, why they work. This is one part of my daily life, I can say, is research. Another one is treating patients, and the last one is teaching. I teach internationally, worldwide, for again the last more than 20 years, and in the last years also focusing a lot in teaching people all around the world, especially practitioners of Chinese medicine, how to treat better cancer patients. And in this respect, we are very much also putting attention on what we call evidence-based medicine. There is a lot of evidence. People don't believe it, but there is hundreds of very high quality research which is showing the effectiveness, especially of acupuncture, in supporting the quality of life of cancer patients and enabling them to live better and go through treatments better. Most of the people understand Western medicine but don't understand Chinese medicine. And Western medicine looks at very much in symptoms and treating symptoms. Chinese medicine is very unique because it sees men as part of nature. And that relates a lot to our life. We forgot it. But for example, the diagnosis starts with hot and cold. What do you prefer? If you prefer cold drinks, it means that you have some heat in the body. You are trying to balance yourself. If you can't touch cold drinks, you want only hot drinks, means there is some coldness in your body and you want to be more heat yourself. So we are naturally looking for the big secret of Chinese medicine, which is balance. All the world is seeking balance. And every disease, we don't talk about disease, we talk about imbalance. And that's how we start the diagnosis. So somebody that is more cold, we will help them to feel warmer, like to drink warm teas, like for example with cinnamon, with ginger. They are warming herbs, and they actually tonify the immune system. If somebody is too hot, so he looks for cold things, we will actually say the opposite. Don't put too much spices. Don't eat things which are too hot for you. Reduce coffee. Reduce maybe even alcohol or things which are warming for you. And we will tell you actually to go more into something which is more cooling. Maybe eating things which are, for example, orange colors, like sweet potatoes or carrots, which will be maybe more balancing to you and a little bit more cooling. So Chinese medicine always tries to help the patient to achieve balance or equilibrium. Health is balance. When there is lack of health, there is the imbalance. And we are looking for the smallest imbalance and help the patient, both in our advice, in the way they can run their life, eat, even exercise. Then we have different type of what we call treatment modalities. The most known is acupuncture, so everybody thinks Chinese medicine is acupuncture. No, this is just a modality of treatment. It's like Western medicine, you could say it's pills. No, it's pills, but it's also surgery, and it's also maybe other interference. It depends, interventions, it all depends on the diagnosis. So first you go to the doctor, you get a diagnosis, then you get a treatment. So acupuncture is one treatment modality. Herbal medicine is another treatment modality based on the same diagnosis. Food is another modality. We look at different kinds of food to adjust them to the person. So Chinese movement like Tai Chi or Qigong, so everything is based on the same diagnosis. If we'll say there is heat, then we will choose cold food. Different acupuncture points that are helping the body to regulate this heat and reduce a lot of time. Heat will go with inflammation. Different herbal medicine. Now people know about curcumin, which is very popular. So again, it comes from Chinese medicine. It was used a lot in India, but it comes from Chinese medicine as well. Again, to move and maybe to cool. So we will use the different approaches to help the person, but this is the modality. So acupuncture, herbal medicine, food, movement, everything comes from the same diagnosis and the same deep understanding of man and man in the universe and how really everything is functioning. I studied abroad in the 80s and came to Israel at the end of the 80s, and I was one of the first people in Israel to do Chinese medicine. There was actually 3 people. And then I started a school, and the school at some point had 2,000 students. And there's been a vast growth in Chinese medicine from when I came, which was just few people practicing, until today. Now Israel is now leading in Chinese medicine worldwide. We have a natural medicine. Chinese medicine is part of a natural medicine, complementary medicine, and many doctors refer patients, so it's on the referral team. And there is a very good communication between doctors and practitioners. I had myself a course for doctors in Bar-Ilan University for almost 15 years, and I taught single-handed 700 doctors just in Israel in Chinese medicine. Now I do most of the training in Europe, so I teach in different parts of Europe in different centers and different universities, but still in Israel is very leading as far as integrating Chinese medicine and natural medicine into the health system and into the health consciousness of patients. So it's available for everybody in their community for a very reduced price, so it's very kind of widespread. We have it in the major hospitals. Again, it's quite unique to Israel. We have research in different aspects. Just in my hospital we are running a few research projects. Previously I worked in another hospital, and we also ran projects in Chinese medicine. So Israel became a very leading, both in education. We have a good 4-year programs. As I say, I'm very fortunate to be a doctor, to see patients all the time. And my experience with patients is quite a large variety of patients, especially we're focusing on cancer patients. And I see a lot of patients coming after chemo, after radiation, very weak, with a lot of difficulties to deal just with the side effects of the medicines. So we do very specific treatment to change the quality of life, which is a lot of time almost immediate. Like people will come very tired, will feel better, will have different digestive disturbances, other problems which relate to the medicines, and will feel much better. With pain, they will have less pain. So we focus a lot of patients, cancer patients, after treatment or during treatments, during Western medical treatments. I see patients for years. Some I follow for 15, 20 years to prevent reoccurrence or just maintain high quality of life. And also supporting patients, difficult patients, especially patients with autoimmune disease and other problems. Again, I'm very lucky to see patients now almost for 30 years. So some I see the whole family, from the children to the grown-ups, supporting them through life with different disease. Chinese medicine is a medicine. So it treats from headaches, allergies, autoimmune problems to more severe problems such as cancer. And luckily in my clinic I have both the whole variety, but focusing a lot lately on the last years, more than 15 years, on more the immune and complex disease, because I believe that medicine in the end has to look at human being, not just on a disease. And the tradition that I'm coming from, and especially Chinese medicine, that its uniqueness, it really sees the complexity of man from the very deep paths and from what we call a deep touching on healing and relieving suffering to the very physical treatment of disease and symptoms, starting from pain and ending up in cancer and cancer burden. Maybe as a final note, is I can say there is something extremely to me important about medicine, and especially Chinese medicine, in reducing suffering, and not just in treating disease, but also helping healing, and also helping eventually people to be more themselves. Because I think the more you are authentic, the more you become yourself, the better you can heal from any disease, the better you can tolerate, and most importantly, the more you can avoid disease and avoid suffering. So to me, as a physician of Chinese medicine, I look much deeper into treatment, not just to treat symptoms, but really in a way to change as much as possible suffering into healing and into good.